We are live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Village Board for September 20th, 2021. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Brady, roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto.
Here.
Trustee Vogel.
Here.
Trustee Lang.
Here.
Trustee Kruger.
Present.
Trustee Vito.
Here.
Trustee Papantos.
Present.
I'm here too.
Oh, President Harker. Sorry. Wow,
No
it's been a while.
There are no minutes to approve. Mr. Spondelos, do we have any changes to the agenda?
Yes, I'd like to request a motion to remove item 11F from the agenda.
Motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Give the motion to Ruffatto, second to Trustee Kruger. Clerk Brady, roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto.
Yes.
Trustee Vogel.
Yes.
Trustee Lang.
Yes.
Trustee Kruger.
Yes.
Trustee Vito.
Yes.
Trustee Papantos.
Yes.
President Harker.
Yes. Appointments and confirmations. How do we do this, Mr. Spondelos?
You just need a motion.
Yet, have we?
Pardon?
Did we? Isn't the documentation here to create it?
Nope. It's just your appointment. So we just need a motion from you to appoint Trustee Ruffatto to be a member, public member at the Joint Emergency Telephone System Board.
Would somebody make that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Vogel, second Trustee Papantos. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Trustee Vogel.
Yes.
Trustee Lang.
Yes.
Trustee Kruger.
Yes.
Trustee Vito.
Yes.
Trustee Papantos.
Yes.
President Harker.
Yes, there you go, Mr. Ruffatto. Congratulations. A little more work. We have no administrations of oaths. Clerk Brady, citizens' concerns and comments.
No, not tonight.
Okey-doke. Staff reports. Oh, Mr. Kalb. Tell us about Wolf Road.
Mr. Kalb, yes. Good evening, President, Board of Trustees. Quick update on the Wolf Road project, our ongoing project with the state of Illinois. As you know, we had agreed in the MOT, in the transportation plan for the project, that Strong, Mayer, and Meyerson would not be closed at the same time. The schedule right now holds that Meyerson will be open this Thursday, the 23rd. They will be conducting mainline concrete paving tomorrow on the north end of the project, and Strong, west of Wolf, will be open as of next Monday, the 27th. After that occurs, Mayer will be closed for 6 days to be open on October 4th. All lanes will be open on Dundee by the end of next week, which is October the 1st. And southbound traffic will return to Wolf by the 4th of October as well. And that would conclude phase 1. We have a notice going out to the residents tomorrow, the affected residents that will be impacted by this change. And the new letter and the map is on the project website. We also have a meeting with the state, the contractor, and the resident engineer on site on Wednesday to discuss phase 2 of the project. As the second phase commences with the two directions of travel open, the east side of Strong will be closed down just as the west side was prior. And as that project progresses, we'll continue to keep you apprised. I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
We're very grateful for all the attention that IDOT is giving us. That's all I have. Consent agenda, Clerk Brady, please, unless anybody else would like to thank them. Consent agenda, please, Clerk Brady.
Okay. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the village board and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the board members or citizens so request, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered after all other agenda items. 11A, resolution waiving competitive bidding requirements and authorizing the village manager to enter into an agreement with Melrose Pyrotechnics, Inc. for the public firework display on June 25th, 2022 at a price not to exceed $34,500. 11B, resolution authorizing the public firework display by the Wheeling High School on October 1st, 2020, and waiving that required $5,000 security bond. C, granting a tag day permitting the Wheeling Firefighters Association for an event on October 8th, 2021. D, authorizing acceptance of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Illinois Department of Transportation, Sustained Traffic Enforcement Program STEP, grant through federal fiscal year 2022. E, an ordinance amending Title II, Chapter 2.99, Wheeling Des Plaines Joint Emergency Telephone System Program regarding the compensation of the board. G, according to the conveyance of 15 feet of the right-of-way by warranty deed along Dundee Road and Milwaukee Avenue in front of Fresh Farms Development. H, waiving competitive bidding and authorizing the village president and clerk to extend a previously bid food service contract in the amount of $85,594 with Hoffman House Catering for the Village of Wheeling Human Service Department Congrats Dining Program. I, ordinance amending Chapter 4.32 of the Village of Wheeling's Municipal Code, alcoholic liquor dealers, specifically Section 4.32.085 to increase the authorized member of a Class N-V liquor license. J, resolution authorizing the village president and clerk to execute a revised plat of easement with Panattoni Chicago LPIV LLC at 940-1000 South Wolf Road. K, resolution waiving competitive bidding and approving a contract with Gasvoda and Associates, Inc. for the repair of pump number 4 at well number 7 in the amount not to exceed $28,820. L, resolution approving change order number 1 and final to reduce the construction contract with Joel Kennedy Construction Corp. from $250,000 to $228,516.13 for the sanitary sewer rehabilitation Hintz Road project. M, approving an engineering service agreement with Chastain and Associates LLC for the Phase 1 and 2 Northgate Parkway improvement in the amount of $51,222.10 for fiscal year 2021. N, approving the engineering service agreement for Seorbic Group, Inc. for the Phase 1 Wheeling Road improvement in the amount of $374,921 for fiscal year 2021. O, resolution waiving competitive bidding and approving a contract for Patriot paving maintenance for the asphalt sealing of municipal lots in an amount not to exceed $66,713.78 in fiscal year 2021. And P, resolution waiving competitive bidding and accepting the National Intergovernmental Purchasing Alliance previously bid contract with CDW Government LLC for the project of Cisco network equipment and services in the amount of $153,350.50.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda minus item F?
President Horker, before we do that, I just want to clarify that on 11E, we're approving a change to the composition of the Wheeling Des Plaines Joint Emergency Telephone System Board, not compensation. I don't want somebody coming up
Thank
saying
you,
that
yes.
because there is no compensation. But other than that,
Would you make that motion?
I make a motion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Ruffatto? Clerk Brady, roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Propantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. New business.
13A, ordinance granting special use approval to permit a health clinic at 111-115 North Wolf Road, Aid for Women, docket number 2021-28.
Mr. Clicker, what do we got?
Yes, the petitioner Aid for Women is proposing to operate a health clinic in the MXC Commercial Residential Mixed Use District, which requires a special use approval prior to their operation. This health clinic would provide pre- and postnatal services such as pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and emotional and material support. The facility will also provide ongoing support, including items such as diapers, strollers, and cribs. There would be 3 staff members there, and this was unanimously recommended for approval at the August 11th Plan Commission hearing.
Thank you, sir. Questions or comments from the board? Trustee Pantos, do we have a representative from the petitioner here? Please come to the podium and state your name. Everybody can come up.
Hi, I'm Hortensia Esquivel. I'm one of the pro bono attorneys representing Aid for Women.
And I'm Susan Barrett, the Executive Director of Aid for Women.
Okay. Trustee Papantos?
Thank you. First of all, welcome to Wheeling. I want to echo the sentiments of the Plan Commission, who I believe said very succinctly, we need this here, thank you. I think it's a great program. Do you have future plans to expand, to make it more, you mentioned that you'll have cribs and accessory items for families after they've given birth. Will you be looking for pediatric help further on?
No, we've been around since 1978, and our mission is very specific in terms of helping people through their pregnancy, and sometimes we're available for a couple years beyond if they need material items, but no, we would not be looking at expanding any from our current mission.
And you only expect about 4 patients a day?
So yes, 3 or 4. We have at some of our other locations about 25 per month, so yes.
Okay, it seemed low to me. I was just surprised. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Papantos. Any other questions or comments? If there are none, I would need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion, Trustee Vogel.
Second.
Second, Trustee Ruffatto. Clerk Brady, roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes, thank you for coming. Good luck. Clerk Brady, roll call, or Clerk Brady, item B, please.
Ordinance granting a variation to permit 4 cabinet box wall signs at 224 South Milwaukee Avenue, docket number 2021-30.
Mr. Clicker, what do we got?
Yeah, the petitioner seeks variations to permit 4 internally illuminated cabinet box wall signs with film-applied letters for the property located at 224 South Milwaukee. At the September 8th, 2021 Plan Commission hearing, the Commission unanimously recommended approval of this request.
Questions or comments from the board? Nobody? Motion to approve?
So moved.
Trustee Kruger, second.
Second.
Trustee Papantos. Clerk Brady, roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes?
11C. Ordinance granting special use approval to permit an adult daycare service facility, MedTec, Healthcare doing business as Sugar Senior Center at 1,400 South Wolf Road, docket number 2021-32.
Mr. Clicker.
You have before you the petitioner MedTec Healthcare and Private Duty LLC. They're looking to lease a space in 1400 South Wolf at suites 207 and 219. It is operating an adult daycare facility. As such, it does require a special use. The Plan Commission did recommend unanimous approval at their meeting. The one item to note on this is that it is within the 500-foot runway exclusion zone. The FAA does not necessarily require enforcement of that since it is not on airport-owned land. However, our zoning code does have a note regarding that. So to address that issue, the petitioner has entered into a hold harmless agreement with the village regarding the fact that they are within 500 foot of the runway exclusion zone.
Okay. Trustees? Trustee Papantos, if the petitioner could come forward, please. Please introduce yourself.
Sure. My name's Shawan Chung, and I'm the president of MedTec.
Okay.
Thank you, and I'm not sure who this question, it's not for you, though. Do we know what runway this,
Yeah, it is the
624.
624, yes, which is in, with the new airport strategic plan, this runway actually is decommissioned in the next year and a half.
we know for sure it's in the next year and a half?
It's gone through its initial processes. They are begun the formal process to get it decommissioned, and they anticipate that it would take approximately 18 months.
Okay, and you have no problem signing the agreement?
Not at all. We've signed it already.
Great, thank you. Since you walked up there.
There are no other questions or comments. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Ruffatto makes the motion. Trustee Papantos seconds it. Clerk Brady, roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes, welcome, good luck.
Thank you very much.
13D, resolution approving the final plat of DAC Subdivision 500 West Dundee Road.
Mr. Clicker.
It's before you tonight, you have the final plat of subdivision for the Uptown 500, which needs to be approved.
Any questions or comments from the board?
So moved.
Motion, Trustee Krueger, second.
Second.
Trustee Papantos. Clerk Brady.
Can I ask a question on that?
Sure.
I know we had the gentleman in a few weeks ago, a few months ago, for Uptown, and they were waiting to finish a bunch of things there when they got their right in, right out on Dundee Road. So I know that's still happening and still being delayed, but it does look a little, it looks like they could use some cleanup out there still, above and beyond. There is mechanical equipment around and things around, and as Trustee Ruffatto pointed out to me too, there's, you know, we probably wouldn't allow that for some other.
Agree. We can certainly talk to them about that. The intersection improvements that were kind of the catalyst to get the rest of the project completed is an ongoing battle with IDOT through no fault of either the petitioner or the village.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm challenged to say something polite. It has been a challenge, but we believe we see a light at the end of the tunnel. But to address your other questions, we'll figure it out.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
We were on a vote, weren't we?
Oh, yeah, roll call, right? Did I do the roll call?
Yes, roll call.
Please.
Okay, Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes.
So E, resolution awarding a Wheeling Restaurant and Retail Build-Out Assistance Grant to Buffalo Grove Drug Company doing business as Mark Drug Medical Supply at 548A West Dundee Road.
Mr. Ainsworth.
Thank you, President Horker. As mentioned, this is Mark Drug, which is an existing tenant of Lynn Plaza. They've been there since 2000, and they take approximately about a 7,500 square foot space. With this restaurant retail build-out grant being for future proposed businesses, it's also as a great retention tool. As you've seen before, we've had some great businesses within Wheeling take advantage of this to improve the aesthetics both inside and or outside. And the Mark Drug folks are here tonight to request $9,047.06 for a $26,800 project for upgrading about 3,600 square feet of their flooring. This would be in the retail area, the fitting rooms, the bathrooms. I have walked the space, and certainly my understanding the flooring has not been replaced since they've been in there. This would add a lot of great value to a great business here in Wheeling. Again, the petitioner is here. An attorney representing the shopping center owner is here. He has been authorized to answer any questions on behalf of the property owner. Again, they are both here. I'm happy to answer any questions, as well as the petitioner and the landlord's representative.
Trustee Ruffatto.
Thank you. So again, Patrick, refresh my memory as to what the owners of the shopping center contribute to this.
It's 10% of the project cost. So there is a letter that was attached to the packet that shows that the landlord is covering exactly 10% of the total project cost.
Okay, great. And you know, and I drove through there. They've made some great improvements. I know they've redid the parking lot, restriped, even with the testing there, the COVID testing there at the end. They've made some. They worked around all of that stuff, so I see some improvements there. Thank you.
If there are no other questions or comments, I need a motion to approve.
So move.
Motion, Trustee Lang. Second, Trustee Ruffatto. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Vigo?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes.
F, resolution awarding a Wheeling restaurant and retail build-out assistance grant to TG 700 North Dundee LLC, doing business as Bill Stasek Chevrolet, 700 West Dundee Road.
Mr. Ainsworth, my head skipped a gear when I saw a restaurant build out in Ainsworth and Stasek, and I was like, cool, burgers, but it's the retail portion.
The retail portion, yes. Thank you again, President Horker. Bill Stasek Chevrolet, which is located at 700 West Dundee, is here tonight. They are requesting to do their entire parking lot, which is approximately 4 acres, 160,000 square feet. The project is about $300,000. This is just a small percentage of what they are looking to do overall to the entire property. But specifically for the grant tonight, they're requesting $50,000 for the parking lot. The petitioner is here, as well as the contractor. I'm happy to answer any questions, as, again, they're present to see if there's any questions to be answered from their end as well.
Trustees, left, right. Oh, Trustee Lang and then Trustee Krueger.
So, John, why don't you come on up?
My partner, he's our contractor.
John runs a terrific Ford dealer in Arlington Heights.
Yes,
and
thank you.
glad to have you guys here.
Yeah, no, we're excited to be here. So we're part of the Task Automotive Group now, which is out of Rhode Island. They have 23 rooftops. We now have 3 in Chicago, looking for another one. But Stasek Chevrolet was something I've always wanted to be a part of. Good family over there. They just didn't have the capital to turn into what it should be. Really let the place go. Property doesn't look good. The inside doesn't look good. The employee spaces don't look good. So this is going to be a project that I'm probably going to see a lot of you very often. But this is the start of it. Just the pavement at this point, and we've got some other things that we're going to be working on. But he can probably expand on what we're doing on the initial project, which we're working with Patrick on. If you have specific questions on that, but. There'll be a lot of changes to that corner, which I think you're like.
I had a question specifically about, and I'm sure you've heard it from our staff many times, about a dedicated sidewalk on that property.
Yes, that's actually part of the plan that we've got, that we're putting in place, is putting in a sidewalk that will be lit, we have people that ride their bikes through our parking lot, strollers through there, so yes, a sidewalk all the way across, all the way in front.
Awesome.
Is definitely part of the plan.
Yeah, you mentioned bikes, and I have ridden through there before.
Yes.
And
I hope you didn't
very
ruin the tires.
cautiously.
Very cautiously.
Because beautiful cars, and I didn't want to.
I meant your bike. Because of the potholes and the trenches, I don't drive my nice car through there.
So, okay, that answers everything I had. I welcome to Wheeling, and
Thank you.
I appreciate all that you're going to do for this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Kruger, then Trustee Papantos.
Trustee Lang actually took my question, so my thunder is gone. I was going to ask if there was any talks of extending that south side sidewalk. So
It's not really a sidewalk. It's a painted version on the asphalt, which I think was painted 20 years ago, so I didn't even know it was a sidewalk when I first walked it. I was like, oh, really?
Well, there is one as I drove to Village Hall this morning, or this afternoon. There is one that ends.
It ends at the corner,
Right at the
down Dundee
corner.
Road, yeah.
Yeah, and then it,
Painted.
no, on the west side of your building. There's a small sidewalk that ends
At our property.
at your property.
Yep.
And then there's like the area where you have your showcase cars, but there's nothing.
There'll be something that goes all the way across, and
nice.
hopefully I'll be talking to you about a whole new front entrance and lots of cool landscaping. You're going to like it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Kruger. Trustee Papantos.
So what are your plans past the parking lot, and you're taking down the used car building?
Yep, the used car building, we have permit.
Does anybody go in there?
No, I think it's been a storage for about 25, 30 years. So we already have the asbestos abatement done. We're waiting on NICOR, who's waiting on IDOT to turn off the meter so we can pull the meter so we can do the demo. And then we're going to do the lot, and from there, eventually we'll be talking about some lighting and lighting the building and changing some of the colors around, new garage doors. It's going to look like a brand new store by the time I'm done with it.
I mean, when you go there for service, you have to kind of know where you're going and hope
Not
for the
anymore.
best, so we're going to.
Oh, yeah. There'll be plenty of parking to be able to turn around, big trucks, big cars, without having to worry about anybody behind you.
Great.
Way better than Woodfield.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, trustees. If there are no other questions, we need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Vogel, give the second to Trustee Papantos. Roll call, please, Clerk Brady.
Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes, good luck. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much. And special thanks to Pat and to Ross. They've been very helpful with all this. So.
Thank you.
Number G, ordinance amending Title 19, zoning of the Wheeling Municipal Code and associated chapters and sections to modify regulations regarding accessory use of structures, Village of Wheeling, docket number 2021-31.
Are you ready, Mr. Clicker?
I am.
Awesome.
If I could just ask right away if we could go to the next slide on the, in the IT room, please. There we go, great. What we have before you tonight is a text amendment to address the numerous fence variations that we've been seeing over the past 14, 15 months. What I'd like you to focus on is on the right-hand side of the diagram that's up on the screen. We've labeled it as Section 1. This solves 90% of the fence variations that we have had in front of us. What it permits is in a rear yard to rear yard situation, it allows the fence to come out, a 6-foot fence to come out to the sidewalk along the street. This is the vast majority of variations that we have seen, and that this one change to the code will solve 90% of those variations. What I want to be clear about with this is we are using some new terminology and that in the code, which we believe will make it easier for enforcement purposes, but the changes have caused a little bit of maybe a little bit of confusion regarding it. So what we're doing is we've labeled all fences as either a type A or type B fence. I would like to highlight out on the diagram that's up on the screen, the gray area. That is considered areas where a type A fence would be permitted. You can put a type A fence also where type B fences are permitted, but let's focus on just that gray area. So what that is that is a front yard or the area in front of the front plane of a house. In that area, you can currently put up chain link fences, picket. You can put up any type of fence as long as it's no more than 4 foot high. The change that happens with the type B is it needs to then be pulled back to the extent that you see in the diagram which is essentially the front plane of the house, unless you have the rear yard to rear yard situation. In that case, then the fence can come out 6 foot tall to the sidewalk. But that is the only difference between a type A and a type B fence, is the height at this point in the way the code is written. Type A up to 4 foot, type B up to 6 foot. So that's the extent of the changes that we're making with the fence section. There are some other cleanup items that we did regarding text, regarding the overall accessory structures, but that's the main focus of the text amendment, was the fence change. So with that, if we have any questions, I know that there might be a few.
There might be a few. Start on that side.
Start with Jim.
Mr. Ruffatto, Trustee
Thank you.
Ruffatto,
Thank you.
do you have a question?
Yeah, well, it's more of a clarification. When we had our workshop a number of weeks ago with the Plan Commission, we were talking about a couple of things: location and types of fences. And we got down to the type of fence, chain link fences. And I want to state that I'm okay with chain link fences on side yards, backyards, but where I have a problem is when a chain link fence is the whole perimeter of the property, meaning it would be up to, you could have a fence at the sidewalk going across the front of a home. And that would be something like, I guess, the second one from the left. If you had a sidewalk there, you could have a chain link fence in your front yard.
Correct.
And I just don't think that looks right in our neighborhoods. Chain link fences on the side are fine. I used to have one. I replaced it with a wooden fence, and my chain link fence, it was vinyl clad, and it lasted a long time. But I would never think about having that in the front yard, and I would like to take that out of our ordinances to eliminate that. I don't know how the wording would be, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm okay with chain link fences in other areas.
If I could address that just real quickly.
Please.
If that were to be a change that the board would like to see, what you see on this diagram, nothing changes with that. The only thing that happens with that is that a chain link fence moves from the type A category to the type B. In that respect, then, chain link fences would not be allowed in the front yards, but they would be allowed in everywhere that you see where a type B fence which would be up to the front of the house, to the front plane of the house, not out into the front yard, around the perimeter of the yard, into the rear yard, and in the situation where there is a rear-to-rear situation, this 4-foot-high chain link fence could come out to the sidewalk. Or in this case, if we made chain link fences a type B fence, whether they're 4 foot or 6 foot is irrelevant because they're a type B.
That's all I'm looking for in a clarification of this ordinance.
Thank you. I have a note of that, and we will circle back around to it. Trustee Lang.
Thanks, Al. I was sort of thinking if he got everything I was thinking of, but yeah, the front fence would be a issue with snow removal too, I would imagine. A chain link in your front yard.
A front yard fence can always be an issue with that, and quite honestly, even a side yard fence, that can be an issue with snow removal. That would be the responsibility of the property owner to make sure that the sidewalk remains clear.
So a few folks in town do have chain link fences in their front yard currently.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying with this ordinance that they're going to have to pull them out.
Correct.
But if they do want to replace them going forward, they'd have to replace it with a...
It would be a decorative fence, which would be is defined as like a picket fence, a split rail fence, some form of open wood structure or vinyl structure that would...
Or no fence at all.
Or no fence at all.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to clarify.
All right. Trustee Papantos.
Thank you. Going back to what Trustee Lang just asked, I thought we had said like for like, we could make a change.
You could, I'm sorry, you are correct. The current regulations in there, we do put in there that if a fence is non-conforming, you can replace like for like. So a chain link fence, if there is one there and somebody really wanted to replace it, let's say a section got damaged due to an auto accident or whatever, a tree fell on it, you could repair it with chain link.
So if somebody has a fence in their front yard, and there's not a lot, but there are a few homes that have it that go up to the sidewalk, and their chain link fence gets damaged,
They can replace it.
they can replace it, same height, same,
Yes.
okay. On some chain link fences, I have seen, and I don't know what it's called, where there's material,
Slats.
slats
Yes.
on the fence, and they tend to break and they really look bad. Can we prohibit those?
You can. We currently do not have a prohibition on that, but that is something that can be, even if there isn't a prohibition, that is a property maintenance issue. As soon as they start becoming broken and that, we can enforce that.
I mean, I think it's something to look at. And then if somebody, depending on their home, I mean, these diagrams are very nice, but then obviously you come up with the one that
Right.
looks really different. We were looking at things earlier, and there's some people that have absolutely no rear yards.
And-
We could,
Yes, we can always offer a variation.
I know we're trying to get away from
Yes.
variances, but
But there's no code that you can write that's going to be applicable to 100% of the properties in town. It's just almost impossible because there's deviations in properties and that, and you can't write a code for every property in every possible scenario. So that's, you write for the majority and offer variations when necessary, and that would be the case.
And then my last question, I promise, on this diagram, and I'm looking to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, both homes on the left-hand side, well, on the corner one, on the left-hand side, we go to the front plane of the house, but on the right-hand side, we go to the back plane. Why didn't we go to the rear plane on all of them?
Because quite honestly, the way we wanted to do it was we wanted to create that, or keep that visual corner open as much as possible. If you were to permit the 6-foot fences up to the front corner of that house, we believed it would obstruct the view.
I agree with that. I'm saying, why didn't we do the rear plane on the other side of the house?
Because quite honestly, they're permitted to have 6-foot fences up to the front plane of the house now.
That's in there.
And we just felt, one, it's appropriate, two, it would be a substantial change to the vast majority of houses that are out there.
Okay, thank you.
Trustee Kruger.
Thank you. To elaborate on Trustee Papantos's question about the slats, there's also a product that's like a mesh.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a prohibition on that? So are we asking perhaps for a consensus tonight to ask the board how they feel about prohibition on mesh or any kind of, vinyl covering of a chain link fence in a residential area only, correct?
Correct. If I could make a suggestion on that, if we can, we do have several residents who are waiting for the outcome of this discussion tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We're more than willing to have, as we go through our municipal code updates, to have additional conversations regarding fences. But if we could.
You want to skin this cat now and then?
You got it.
Great. Very good. That's
President
all.
Horker, additionally.
Or dog.
Real quick, we also have to be careful to stay within the confines of the public hearing and the noticed ordinance. So the public was made aware of the text amendment already. We can make minor tweaks, but to the extent we're moving a little bit further than that with eliminating certain materials, I would suggest that go back to the Plan Commission for another public hearing.
No, let's not do that.
No. Well, you could later, but I think Ross needs something to work with now.
Okay.
Very good.
All right, so then staying within the confines that we have outlined in the public hearings, we currently need to consider, as I have taken note, I'm going to poll the board. Do we want to remove chain link fence from being allowed in the backyard?
Front yard.
Front yard. Clerk Brady, kind of keep track.
Okay.
Mr. Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Pantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Don't hate me, Jim, but no, I think it negatively affects poor people. It's twice the cost, but.
I have to admit I'm a no on that too, but at this point it doesn't really matter. So then we will be prohibiting chain link from being allowed in front yards.
Yes. Chain link fences will switch from a type A to a type B fence. Which,
All right. Keeping in mind, however, that the current ordinance does allow for replacement of existing like-for-like type fencing. All right. And then we're going to have to come back at some other time and address slats and screening. So, with the change as noted, prohibiting chain link from front yards in new construction, right? Okay, I got it.
Wait, newly
constructed fences.
Fences, not new constructed homes, new constructed fences.
Well, they would need new fences too.
Right, yeah, but, when you say new construction, I always think of a new home going.
Newly constructed fences.
Great, thank you.
I need a motion as such.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, trustee Ruffatto, second, trustee Kruger. Clerk Brady, roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes.
All right, H, a resolution granting a tag day permit to Wheeling Knights of Columbus Regina Council Association to conduct an event on October 1st through 2nd, 2021.
Mr. Svandelis.
Thank you. Before you this evening is a tag day request. Typically, as actually happened this evening, these would appear in consent agenda. This item is on new business simply to allow trustee Vogel the opportunity to omit from voting because he is a member of the Knights of Columbus. The event takes place on October 1st and 2nd at the intersection of Dundee and Milwaukee.
With that in mind, are there any questions or comments? If there are no questions and comments, I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion, trustee Papantos, second.
Second.
Trustee Ruffatto. Oh, sorry about that. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Abstain.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Official communications, Mr. It doesn't say anybody, but Mr. Vogel, we got a community breakfast coming up?
Yes, this Saturday, the annual community breakfast is taking place in the Fire Bay here at Community Boulevard. It starts at 8 a.m., ends at 10:30. The public is invited, and admittance is a non-perishable food item for the local food pantry. It'll include pancakes, sausage, fresh fruit, juice, coffee, milk, and I'm missing something, but something else too is involved in that, so.
Pancakes.
Pancakes, if I didn't say it already. And hopefully most of the trustees will be out there flipping pancakes, so you can come out and watch their skill. And I hope to see you all there. I also had another question, if I may.
Sure.
At this point, with the advent of the eviction moratorium being lifted shortly, there's claims out there that there's going to be a lot more homeless people in the suburbs. Whether or not Wheeling will be affected by that, I'm not sure, but we do have some, unfortunately, now, and some of the residents are concerned about them. They have sympathy for them, but they're concerned that they're getting close to their residence, they're sleeping in their yards, etc., and they're asking what should they do? Who do they contact? John, I don't know if that's a question for you or for Chief.
Thank you, Trustee Vogel. We have been dealing with a certain segment of homeless in Wheeling for the past 7 or 8 months. It's 5 to 8 individuals. They've been reported in various parts of the community. These individuals choose to be homeless. We have social services has tried to place them. Cook County organizations have tried to place them and contact them. They are only interested in consuming large amounts of beer. They're alcoholics. They contribute nothing to society. And we asked that if anybody's having an issue with them, to call 911. And if you want law enforcement to respond to your home, call 911. There's no such thing as emergency, non-emergency number. That's the response number. So call 911. We'll come out and to make sure everything's okay. We've already issued this group trespass notices to over a dozen businesses and residents in the community. They've been issued numerous citations for many violations of village ordinances. We continue to offer them services. These individuals are homeless by choice. They've refused all assistance that's been offered to them. And, you know, projecting down the road when the moratorium ends, if those individuals choose not to be homeless by their own choice because they're evicted, we have services available to them that we can direct them to ensure they're not sleeping on the streets. These individuals choose to, and they're within their rights not to have a home.
Okay, so call 911.
Yes, call 911.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Vogel. On a happier note, a lot of times we get correspondence complaining and asking for stuff. I did get a very nice correspondent from, it was even very pretty, from a Dorothea, I'm going to destroy this, Strahl, basically just thanking us for cleaning up the creek banks on either side, and she wishes us all well, thanks us for our work and protection from the coronavirus. So that was very nice to get that. Trustee Kruger, then Trustee Ruffatto.
Thank you, President Horker.
And then Trustee Papantos.
Manager Spondelis, I have a question for you. The rainbow cone ice cream truck that was here at this summer was very tasty, and I think I remember you saying that they might come back. Has there been any? Are they gonna?
Yes, in fact. We are still working on even additional ones to this, but they will be in town beginning this Wednesday at Uptown 500. They will be in the parking lot from Wednesday through Sunday. So please come by and visit.
At Uptown 500, so even closer to my house. I can get more ice cream. Nice.
Yes.
I have one more question, and we may or may not be able to do this, but I asked you about Wheeling vaccination rates. Can we share those this evening, or?
Yes, if we could go to the next trustee, and I will answer that question very quickly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Ruffatto, then Trustee Papantos.
Thank you. This is a tad late in coming, but I want to thank everyone involved with the National Night Out. This is it was the first time I had been there, and I was working most of the night, but it got such positive reviews from folks that I was talking to all around, and I want to thank everybody that was involved, and there was a lot of work involved in that, and really it was a great event, and I'm so sorry in talking about it so late, but better late than never. You guys did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Ruffatto. Mr. Spondelis, did you find that, or do we go to?
I did. As of September 16th, an estimated 25,774 Wheeling residents, representing 66.99%, have received at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. An estimated 24,000 residents, or approximately 62.96%, are fully vaccinated. Wheeling's percentages remain better than the current rates for Cook County as a whole, in which 65.3% of residents are partially vaccinated and 53 are fully vaccinated.
Thank you very much.
Trustee Papantos.
Thank you. Two things. On the vaccination rate, on the percentages, that's percentage of our total population,
Correct.
not percentage of eligible.
That's correct. That does not take into account anyone under the age of 12 who simply can't.
Right. So our rates are even better.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Especially when we have all those kids. Director Kaup, Wolf Road. Other than Clerk Brady, I think we're the only two that probably drive Wolf Road. They change lanes like midday. You know, I'm going down, and all of a sudden the car in front of me is going to the left, and I'm thinking, well, that's strange. And since I want to make a left-hand turn, luckily I followed them. Otherwise, So when they do the two-lane and have traffic coming, can we make sure there's big signs, lights, flashing things so people aren't running into each other? Because people have been coming real close to, I know it's state and I know it's not us, but when people are running into each other because they're turning in the wrong lane, I think it's going to be a problem.
No, absolutely. They are pouring the concrete in one of two ways, depending on where they are with the process. The first and most advantageous for the long-term strength of the road is a single monolithic pour. They use a traditional six-bag concrete mix for that. When they are doing smaller pours based on timing, delays, weather issues, or when they're at intersections, they use something called high early, which is a faster curing, quick-set concrete, which is more expensive, but they typically aren't doing that with on the long runs, which is the best way to pour it. When that happens, a lot of times they'll have you traveling in one direction, and when they have these truncated small pours, they'll shift you over, and that typically is a change that happens within 48 hours of them planning to pour. And so it is usually short notice. However, so right now, there's a transition right by the school across from Heritage Park. And but they are, and I just drove that way to get up here this evening. They are following the MUTCD traffic control requirements as laid out by the state. As you mentioned, it's a state process. They are in line with what the law states they have to have for traffic control devices. But we do have regular interaction with both the contractor and with the state representative, as well as the resident engineer. Like I said earlier, we're going to be meeting with them on Wednesday, and I'll bring it back up as a point of concern.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
That's that. I would like to thank Daniel Didich for coming out this morning and visiting the community for a business that wants to come here. We'll probably see them, I don't know, next month or so. That being that, we have the bills for August 12th through September 15th, 2021. I need a motion for their approval.
So moved.
Trustee Vogel, second.
I'll second.
Trustee Lang, roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes, we do have an executive session this evening, so it is for pending probable and/or imminent litigation, and I need a motion to recess into executive session and adjourn the regular meeting.
So moved.
Motion, Trustee Ruffatto, second.
Second.
Trustee Papantos, Clerk Brady, roll call, please.
Trustee Ruffatto?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. So, recess. This is where we have the executive session, so we'll take about 5 minutes to clear the room, get drinks or whatever, and we will resume at 7:28.